Alright, in this one, I'm gonna run you guys exactly through my own testing strategy. This is very similar to the one I have on YouTube. And this is the one I've been using for a long time. And it just works really, really well. First things first. You want to go to your ad account and go to conversions, and that's it. You always want to start with conversions. I don't care if your pixel was red-gray. I don't care if you've ever created an ad before. You always want to start with website conversion. Purchase, and then the campaign name, you always want to name it. The exact same thing as your product. So in this case, we're doing dry brows right here. So I'm just going to do an eyebrow pin. So here we are. We're going to create a new ad set. And we're just going to create one at a time here. And so down here, we are going to do our tip. And so down here, we're going to make sure to do your store's pixel. I just did dry brows really quickly. And I'm going to click purchase. Of course, it's going to say somewhere in here that it's not optimized for purchases, and it may not get any sales. But do not listen to that. I promise you guys it can and will work. As you guys saw in the case that it does work. So dry brows purchase, you always want to start with purchase. I promise now we're going to scroll down here to our locations. So here in the locations, we want to make sure to do a packet countries. And so how you find those are, just take a look on Google and search up ePacket Countries List 2019 and click the first link here and then copy and paste the countries. And I'll show you how. Scroll down here and here we go. There are 35 ePacket country. So we're just going to copy those. And if we go back to our Ads Manager, and then right here if we hit add locations in bulk, we can select the countries and then paste them in. And then hit match locations, and then automatically, you'll see after you add 35 locations, it will load them all up and boom. That is a packet countries, guys. I used to target worldwide, but I found the ePacket countries work much better because you don't get near as much low-quality traffic, if any, and it's a lot more targeted to specific buying countries. So then in the genders, of course you want to make it specific to the product that you're marketing. In this case, it's an eyebrow pencil. We'll just do women, and then I'll do women 18 to 45, and then of course here in languages, you want to make sure to do English. All we'll get to detail targeting in a second. And expand interest right here, you never want to do that. It's basically a checkbox telling Facebook to hit say, hey, spend more of my money, and then here in placements, you always want to edit the placements. Click all devices and uncheck the desktop one. Because you only want to market to mobile. Anytime I've accidentally left desktop on, I get a lot more traffic, but a lot less sale. So I promise you guys you do not want to do desktop, just mobile. As you guys just saw, I unselected everything. But Facebook feed and Instagram feed. This still works really, really good. And it's exactly what I do to get most of my conversions. Then if you scroll down here to budget and schedule, you always want to do optimize for conversions. Nothing else, and then right here. That's exactly what I was talking about. Says your ad may not be optimized for conversions, because we haven't received any activity from the purchase pixel for more than 14 days. Do not worry about that, guys. I promise you guys it can and will work. Leave the cost control options open. You don't want to have anything in there and then daily budgets. I personally start with $10 a day. I do 10 to 20 ad sets at $10 a day, but in this case, we'll just do 5. Just because that's what I suggest you guys start with. I do have a low-budget testing strategy on my YouTube channel that starts with $3 assets a day, but if you do have the budget, I would suggest starting with 5 in the conversion window. You always want to do 7-day click or 1-day view, all right? So now as you can see, we're on the ad level of things. And I just made sure to select my Facebook page. Dry brows, you always want to make sure you select the right Facebook page, and so we're going to create an ad not using existing post. I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to do video, and so it depends on which one you're doing. But of course, in this case, we're doing video because in the A to Z outline, we've already created the video for dry brows, so I'm going to click upload video here. So as we can see here, it's already loaded up. And this honestly looks really good. Thin brows are a thing of the past. Get perfect brows with our micro-baiting. Totally said that wrong. Made with smudge-proof. Natural-looking formula for natural brows. At last all day anyways, guys. I think that looks really good. And I think the dry brows logo. I think that looks really, really good. I love that. Anyways, we're going to go over to the documents, where we already typed out the ad copy, and we're going to copy and paste that over, all right. So in the text box here, I'm going to go ahead and paste the ad copy, which is our first ad copy variant, and the link here, I'm going to make sure to type drybrows.com. You always just want to make sure your product link is right there, not just your website link, but anyways. And then over here looking at the ad copy, I like it, but I do feel like it's a little empty. So I'm going to add one emoji right here. I'm probably going to do like a blush emoji, or like a heart emoji or something like that, and the software used for that is called the Pili app, P-I-L-I app, and it basically shows you the Facebook symbols, and so you just scroll through here and find one that you want to use, okay? So I threw this one in there. It's like a girl fluffing her hair up, thinking she bad, you know, 'cause she thick, so that's that. Short and stubby brows are a thing of the past, our #1 rated fork. Tip pen will give you fuller brows to last all day. Get free shipping when you shop now. Get yours here in the call to action button. You always want to make sure to do shop now. It's automatically going to be learned more. But you always want to do shop now. The headline here, I always do free shipping when you shop now. Because then what it's going to say is right there. It's going to say shop now, and so free shipping when you shop now. Shop now button just so happens to be right there. And so it's just very impulsive and easy to click right there.
And honestly, that's it. So what we're gonna do is gonna go ahead and hit confirm. And like I said, you do not need to worry about this right here. It typically says that for me all the time, but it never affects me. So just go ahead and hit confirm. Okay, so here's our campaign that we just made. Until we select inside the ad set here, it's just gonna show us basically all these things here. And we didn't select any interest or anything like that. All we did is we set up the locations, the age range, and basically the end and everything else. So as you can see here, it's the locations, age range, English, all the gender, the certain placements that we wanted, which is Facebook and Instagram feed, and then 7-day click or 1-day view. And so I would run through and go ahead and set up the interest now, but that's gonna be in one of the next videos. So that's the foundation format testing strategy. But after that, what you're gonna wanna do is, you wanna set up 10 assets, which are all 10 separate interests, which like I said will be in the video called Finding What Interest to Target. But what you wanna do is fill out the 10 different assets, which are each one separate interest, and then let those run for 48 hours. If after 24 hours you see that any of them have a cost per click of over $1, you wanna make sure to kill it, because I've never seen a winning product have more than like a 75-80 cent cost per click. Most of my winners have had around a 45,060 cent cost per click. So especially if it's over $1 after about $3 to $5 spent, make sure to kill it. So let me repeat that. If after 24 hours, and if your assets have over $1 cost per click, kill it. And one thing I would add on top of that is, after 24 hours, if your entire campaign, and not just your assets, if your entire campaign has over $1 cost per click, like I said, after 24 hours, turn the campaign off. And what that's telling you is that your ad is not compelling enough for people to actually click through. Like I said, I've never seen a winning product with over $1 cost per click. So if it's got $1 or more cost per click, after 24 hours, it's not just gonna come out of nowhere. Drop your customer, click and start becoming a wedding products. Not gonna happen that way. It never happens. Hope is no proper strategy. So after 20, so I'm gonna just go ahead and repeat this, cause it's so important. If after 24 hours, your entire campaign has over $1 cost per click, kill it. And then at that point you have a decision to make. Either you can recreate your ad, and think about it, and figure out why it's not compelling. Maybe it's just too slow. Maybe the pictures and videos aren't good. Maybe the text isn't compelling. Maybe your ad copy isn't compelling, and tweak it to try to relaunch it and get a lower customer click. Or you can move on from the product. But keep in mind, the product is not gonna be the problem, assuming you did your research correctly, because you picked a product that you can market with emotion, and your data is specifically telling you that your cost per click is too high. And what that says is it's your ad. It's not the product, it's the ad. So like I said, you can choose to move on from the product entirely. But what I suggest you do is recreate the ad, because that's a skill you really wanna hold in. And then what you'll find is if you recreate it better, make it quicker, faster, more impulsive, then you'll get much lower cost per click. And then the strategy goes on. So assuming your cost per click is low, somewhere around 45,060 cents, or so, you want to keep letting your ad sets run for a full 48 hours when your goal for the first 2 or 3 days is to basically break. Even if you're a little bit profitable, that's even better. Just as a side note, all winning products I'd ever had, I've always been profitable on day 1, or at least by day 2. But if you're breaking even, or just slightly profitable, then that's okay. So that's that, guys. That's how I set up my ads in the very beginning. And that's my initial testing strategy. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to find what interest to target and exactly what to do next, which comes down to micro testing, horizontal and vertical scaling, and doing CBO. So that's that, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Let me know if you had any questions in the private Facebook group, if you're a part of that, but hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.